Have you ever been working with a client? Everything is going swimmingly. The client goes, "This sounds brilliant. I'm so excited to get started on this video campaign with you. How much is it going to cost?" And you roll out a number. Let's say you say, "Well, Mr. Client, it's going to cost you $6,000. And they go, "Oh, that's a little bit pricey. Why does it cost that much?" And the only thing that you can say as you look for words to express the fear in your heart is, "That's my rate." Chances are that client is not going to want to work with you, and or the relationship was kind of tenuous after that. Especially when you go with the, "Well, what's your budget?" You don't really want to be doing that. Today, we're going to be talking about the way that I price my services and how that's completely changed my freelance business. So let's hop right in. First things first, I love to explain it like this. If you go into the Apple Store, that MacBook Air costs $999. You're not talking them down, you're not bartering them down, you're not bidding them down. That is the price. Now, when you go in for that laptop, it also tells you everything that you can expect with that laptop. The processor, GPU, CPU, memory, if it's an M1 chip or an Intel chip, everything that you can expect to get out of that computer. That $999 computer. That's how I price my services. Now, I don't really talk about budget when it comes to a client. When you talk about budget when it comes to a client, I want you to think of it this way. If you go to the Apple Store and you have that $999 to spend, and now none of the laptops had any prices, you pick up a laptop, you take it in, and you go, "How much does this laptop cost?" And they go, "How much are you looking to spend?" You feel like they're just going to say the height of the number that you say. That is not how a nice, confident business relationship starts. They list their price. If you have the budget, you get it. And if you have more, you maximize the spend of your budget to get add-ons, accessories, or to up the package, get a more powerful laptop. So for example, if I'm working and it's just me, my rate might be, it's just an example, let's say $800 for the first hour and $100 for every hour after that. If you want a bigger production, well, I'm going to need to have a second person on. The second person is going to be $500 for that first hour, and then $100 for every hour after that. Oh, okay, so you want a drone operator. Well, we need to get a dedicated drone operator out here, plus a second person on set to make sure that we monitor the audio and get everything all set while I'm actually feeding you the interview questions. That person, $500 an hour, plus the drone rental fee, plus $100 an hour after that. And you see how this adds up and up and up. So when we're talking, when we're actually doing the pre-production and I'm actually talking to the client and figuring out what they need and advising them as the subject matter expert, we can get into all of this. So at the end of the day, when the question is, well, how much is this going to cost? It's a simple matter of you sitting down and telling them whatever that price is. Okay, so we're looking to do a video production and we need one person out for 3 hours. How much is that going to cost? Well, it's going to be me, $800, 3 hours, $100, that's $1,000. That's your $1,000. That's not including pre-production and that's not including post-production. Part 2 of our talk today. Pre-production and post-production should cost the client money. Whenever you go and you offer your services, you should be offering them the complete package. So often, more often than not, us freelancers only charge the client for the actual production phase and not pre-production and post-production. Now, I'm not saying you need to throw this at them and hit it with them and you need to bash them over the head with it, but in your actual quote to the customer, have that be built in. If it's a basic pre-production, like I'm not doing any story editing, I'm just capturing the vision that you already have, it's just all built in, $500. $500, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna discuss the project, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and then the base rate, we're gonna be shooting the project, and then editing. For editing, since I'm working mostly with small projects and they want like, give me a 30-second commercial, give me a 1-minute commercial, give me this, give me that, it is $100 for the first minute and then $50 for every minute past that. When you do something like that, you can easily, from the go, tell them how much it is going to cost. There's no more, well, what's your budget? Well, what's this? $500 for pre-production. We know it's going to take 3 hours, so that's going to be $1,000, so that's $1,500, and you want a 1-minute commercial, so that is $500 right there. Let's say $500 for the first minute, and then $100 after that, excuse me. So you have $500, that's $1,000 plus another $1,000, that's $2,000 for this whole project. Boom, right then and there. And then from there, they can talk themselves up on what they want. So I want a drone operator. Perfect. base rate for this project is already at $2,000. If you want a drone operator, well, that drone operator is going to cost you $500 for the first hour, and then $100 after that. We only need 3 shots, so let's say it takes 2 hours. You know, that's $600, so you're looking at $2,600. And they can decide from there. When you do this, it's no longer about you trying to maximize their budget, or you just picking a number out of thin air and hoping that they decide to purchase it. You have to understand that you are no longer just a freelancer. You own a business. And when you just ask people what their budget is and you try and maximize it, that breaks that trust in the relationship. If you're looking to figure out how is a best way to strategically do this, there's a video for you right here that you can click on and you can view to see the techniques that I've used. Catch you later.